Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play a game on Roblox called Trident Survival. It's a pretty good game. It's a survival game. Anyway, let's get right into it. So first of all, when you start playing the game, you'll see this massive interface. These are all the servers. There are in total 5 servers, alright? You don't need to worry that much about these, but hey, it's fine. You have 5 types of servers. So first you have the verified ones. Verified basically means that you are verified and you don't know how to exploit or hack. These servers don't have any hackers. We also have the unverified servers where a few servers do have a few hackers, but it's quite rare. I usually play on unverified because I'm not verified. But if you are verified, I would recommend playing verified. And if you're new, you can also play custom. Unverified is quite challenging because it does have a few hackers sometimes, but anyway, it's very rare. You also have this where this is for VIP players. There are VIP servers. Currently there's only one VIP server here, quad server. And yeah, if you have VIP on this game, it's a game pass. You can play the server. I don't know if it really has any benefits, but I think that you do have admin on this server. Next, we have custom. So we have 2 types of custom servers here. We have a practice server, gun game, which means basically when you kill someone, you get their gun and you get a random gun, not their gun, you get a random gun. And then you have Banland. Banland is for players who have been banned from the game, such as people who exploited or people who have been using glitches. It actually has more capacity than any other server on the game, about 100 players. Then on friends, basically it shows all of the servers that your friends are playing on, if they are even playing on. So I need to tell you one last thing. If you're playing on any of the servers and you have a base on them, make sure to remember the name of the server. Don't just join random servers. For example, I remember my server's name. This is my server right here. So let's join a random server for this tutorial. Let's say this one. Alright guys, this is a guide on how to play Trident Survival. So let me teach you how to play Trident Survival. The controls to move are WASD. WASD. Or you can also use your arrow keys. They don't work in Trident Survival, sorry about that. Anyway, so you spawn in with a wood hammer and a glow stick. First thing you want to do is start chopping down trees. This is a cactus where you can get wood from cactuses and two. Basically, you want to start getting all the wood you can get. For example, I have 95 wood right now. I'm gonna go get some more. Just get some more. Alright guys, I did some farming off camera and I've gotten myself a bunch of wood. 322 to be exact. Also, when you chop down trees and cactuses, you also get a little bit of fiber. This thing. To make bandages, you need it to make a bow and that kind of stuff. You need it to make basically everything. Now, let's show you how to build a base. First thing you want to do to build a base is you want to use your wood to craft a building kit. It only costs like 10 wood right here. Alright. So then you want to build your base. Alright. Before you build your base, you also need one last thing. A claim totem. This claim totem will let you build everything and let you pick up stuff inside of the radius of the claim totem. This also means that your base will not decay. So let's start building our base. You always want to pick a good spot for your base. I'm actually in a pretty good spot myself right now. We're close to military base. Well, anyway, we'll talk about monuments later. You want to just start building your base. Just like that. The building system is quite glitchy for some reason today. I don't know why, but it's fine. So basically, you want to build 2 normal wood foundations, then close those all in with wood walls. Now, just so you know, I'm only showing a starter base. I'm not showing anything crazy right now. Only showing a starter base because people who are watching this video are probably quite new. Next thing you want to do is actually a very useful tip. You don't just make one door, alright? That's just dumb. Don't make one door. You always want to make an airlock. So basically, in this game, there are annoying people known as door campers. These guys camp in front of your door with like a shotgun or something, and then when you come out of your base, they kill you. An easy way to deal with these, when they kill you, they basically get into your base unless you have more than one door. An airlock basically prevents that problem of door campers getting right into your base, as they have to go through 2 doors. So now that we have our base down, we need to put our claim totem down. Once we open our claim totem, you can see that we need to maintain our base, otherwise it's gonna decay. It will show you the base cost per 24 hours. Right now it's only 56 wood, so we will put in 56 wood, just like that. Boom. Now just give it a second, and now your base should be maintained for at least 1 day. At least my base for now. Once you're done maintaining your base and your base is maintained and stuff like that, you want to start making chests. The small storage chest, for example, lets you store all of your valuables. Now that we have learned how to move around, how to get resources, and how to build a base, let's talk about some of the best starter weapons and some of the best endgame weapons. So let's talk about some of the best starter weapons. I would consider, if you have iron, I would consider getting a blunderbuss and a crossbow. Let me just tell you one thing. Never, ever in a million years craft a simple bow. This thing is very bad, it does close to 0 damage, and it's very inaccurate. I would rather that you would craft either the crossbow or the blunderbuss, or you could craft both. It would be pretty good. With both of these items, you can start killing some players, because the crossbow has credible range. It has pretty good accuracy because it has a lot of like iron sights. It also does a lot of damage, pretty good damage actually. And then that's basically it for the crossbow. Now we talk about the blunderbuss. The blunderbuss is just amazing for camping because if you're in close range, by the way, discuss iron ingots. If you're in close range and you hit someone like in the head, like a headshot, this will immediately kill them. This thing does a ton of damage at close range. It's really good, and it uses pretty cheap ammo. Let's talk about the ammo for both of these weapons. First, for the crossbow, we have simple arrows. Okay, nothing much to say about that. No, not these. No, these. Wood arrows. Simple. Then for the blunderbuss, we have shot. Let me just find it here. Stone shot. This is the first piece of shot that you can craft. Stone shot. It's pretty good. Does a decent amount of damage. So, now that we have talked about the ranged weapons, we can talk about some of the melee weapons that you should craft. If you have iron, again, if you have iron, you can craft yourself a small little crowbar. Crowbars do pretty good damage. They do pretty good damage actually. They are good for like gathering resources. They're not that bad. And yeah, those are the melee weapons. Now let's talk about some of the best starter tools. So first of all, of course, we have the wooden hammer, which is not that bad. It's not that good, really. Then we have the crowbar. Okay, it's mediocre, not bad. Then we have a stone hammer, which is amazing if you're just starting out. Later game weapons, that kind of stuff, I'll tell you later. The stone hammer is amazing for starting your game. Let me just quickly get the resources to craft one actually, and show you just how much more it does. By the way, these two ores are the only ores in the game. Nitrate, this is nitrate. Then we have iron ore. I'm not actually gonna bother making the what do you call it, the stone hammer. Don't really care much about it. Now that you have done all of that stuff, you made a stone hammer, you made like a crossbow, and you've made a base. You can get on to how you can smelt ores. For example, iron and like um nitrate. So basically, what you want to do as a starter player, is you want to go into your building tab. Then you want to go find something called the metal foundry. Doesn't actually cost any metal. It costs 75 cobblestone, 50 wood, and let me see, I think 50 organic fiber. Yeah, no, 50 organic fiber. So once you've crafted a metal foundry, you want to immediately place it right here or somewhere, anywhere in your base. So you want to place it. For now, I'll place it right here, hypothetically, and then you can go around getting ores from these ores nodes, and then you can start smelting them. For example, when you smelt iron, you get iron ingots. When you smelt nitrate, you get when you melt nitrate, you get nitrate. Nitrate is used to make gunpowder, and iron ingots can be used to make all the stuff that I told you before. Right, guys, now we're going to be showing all the monuments on the map. So we have gas station, then we have data center. Oh, I forgot to mention, these are all the monuments for starter players. These are really good for starter players. Then we have lighthouse. Then we have observatory. Keep in mind that observatory could potentially have very few geared players. Alright, keep in mind of that. It's also the only monument here that has a vault. It has a vault and a safe. The lighthouse also has a safe. So these two locations are way better than these two locations. And as an honorable mention, Dam 2. Dam is really bad. It has like 3 crates in it. Really miserable. But it does have a metal crate, so if you're close to it, make sure to go to it. Because there's usually nobody there. Whoop, that's the map. Also, I would like to give a huge shout out to the YouTuber Zizzy. I think it's called Zizzy. Zizzy right here. I want to give a really huge shout out to him because he provided the picture for the map. He provided the picture for the map. I am giving him a huge shout out right here. Make sure to subscribe to him. He is way more popular than me, but make sure to subscribe to him. Alright? Yep, that's it. Alright, guys, now we're finally at Lighthouse. Let's see what kind of loot we find here. Alright, guys, now that we are at the mainland, I can show you what kind of loot we got. From Lighthouse, we got 4 springs, 13 rifle ammo, 2 electronics, 6 iron ingots, but I crafted a crowbar with them, an iron tube, some 9mm ammo, some riot leggings, a riot helmet, some Bloxy Cola, and a handmade charge. Now, actually, guys, the last thing I want to show you now is a few of the most useful crafting recipes. So first, we have the metal foundry. We have already covered that. Let me just find it. We've already covered the metal foundry. It's really useful. It's the best starter furnace thing to smelt your stuff. Then we have the basic workbench. You want to craft this basic workbench as soon as possible. The moment you get enough materials to make this thing, make it immediately. Or when you get enough materials to buy it immediately. This thing will let you craft so much different stuff. And the reason the basic workbench is actually really nice is because the advanced workbench is a basic recipe. So if you see anything with the label like basic recipe, that means that it's like locked and you have to have a basic workbench to like unlock it. So if you have a basic workbench, just place it down into your base, click on it, press E to open it, and you can craft stuff with it. So the advanced workbench which will let you craft even more stuff is quite expensive, I must admit. But it is a basic recipe, so you need a basic workbench to craft it. So we've got both of the workbenches covered. Let's talk about a few other things. So after that, we have compounds. Where there's all kinds of good stuff with compounds. Like you have your basic wooden compounds, that kind of stuff. Then you have your metal compounds. Then you have your electric compounds. These are the most advanced version of the compound. This is an electric version of basically level 2 compounds. These actually do some damage when you try to go to them. These other two just prevent you from going through. Lastly, we have the force field gate that goes with the electric compound wall. This thing actually I think it does a little bit of damage. No, it doesn't do damage. I just remembered it doesn't do damage, but it keeps players from coming through really nicely, really easily. But it is an advanced recipe and it's extremely expensive. Costs almost the same as like a cost. I think it even costs a little bit more than your usual advanced workbench. So after that, the last few things that I would recommend crafting once you have like some good workbenches, both of the workbenches, I would recommend crafting a. Let me just find it here. Second. Once you have a basic workbench, you should immediately get the materials to start crafting this. A handmade assault rifle. This thing uses your usual rifle ammo. This is actually also a basic recipe. It gives you 16 every time you craft one. I have some rifle ammo on me right now. But anyway, you can use the basic workbench to make a handmade assault rifle. A handmade assault rifle is a really good, like, half medium game weapon. Is like between end game and start game. So you can use this to like run monuments easier. You won't die as much. But if you have like low tier players, like they're using bows and crossbows and that kind of stuff, make sure not to die to them with this thing, because if you die to them, not only did you lose your assault rifle, now they have that assault rifle, which means they can use it against you. So make sure not to lose it with them. Anyway, that's basically everything for the guide. So, alright, I almost forgot one thing. The most important part, base building. With the base building, a respawn totem. We need about 35 stone. A totem that allows you to spawn on top of. This is basically a like a sleeping bag from Rust, but it's a totem. Once you place this totem down, you can name it to anything you want, and then when you die, you can either respawn in a random location or you can respawn at your totem. It's really useful, and it's actually a necessary thing if you want to spawn at your base every time. The thing also has a timer if you die too many times. So yeah, that is basically everything for the guide. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon. And yeah, bye bye.
Now that we're so